Tipping the scales at 5,785 pounds, the 24 MBH White Hawk here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan, is a Murphy bed outside kitchen bunkhouse model. Great for little families on the run and the go, very towable with wide stance axles, and it gives you the space and the comfort and the features of a big, long, heavy super slide without the length, the weight, and the expense of a big, long, heavy super slide camper. It is an awesome package. They did a really good job on this one, making sure it was very friendly to turtling with the slide closed. You know, you can get in here, you can access all of the storage. You can get to the bathroom, you can get to the bunks, you can get your refrigerator to the dinette, you can get to anything. But one of the other things that I think is really cool on this model is that you can leave the bed down in transit. A lot of Murphy beds lack that ability. A lot of Murphy bed models, you absolutely have to have the bed in the up position to make it functional whatsoever in transit, and here we don't have to. So at first glance, you're going to look at this and you're going to think we've just absolutely lost our minds, but allow me some time to explain why we've done the things we've done with this one. I try to represent each trailer individually here at Haylett RV, but the fact is we have a whole series of trailers from different brands that we offer here at our facility. And one of those other brands and trailers that we offer is Rockwood, specifically their 2509S floor plan, which is highly comparable to this. It actually, Rockwood straight copied that model out of Jayco's playbook, the 24 MBH that we're at here. And that was last year. This has gone through a couple updates, and we'll get to all that in a minute. But I want to, again, I'm explaining some history as to the why. And in the meantime, the White Hawk guy said, you know, let's put some new life into this old concept and let's make it unique. And Rockwood and White Hawk are both excellent products. They're very similar in a lot of ways, but we wanted to give them here each an identity because we represent more than just one trailer. So we want them to all to really stand apart. We've had people look at either of those brands and say, okay, you've got a Murphy bed, an outside kitchen, and some bunks and a slide. Can I get one with a freestanding table? And normally you couldn't. And then when they revised the White Hawk to this edition, they offered the option for a freestanding dinette. And the first time I looked at this, I thought this is the wrong idea because people are going to want that gather around the table dining experience. But then I really started to think about it. You can still seat just as many people at a freestanding table here. You can do so arguably more comfortably. But it makes the RV look and feel bigger. It gives you just this, I mean, look at the windows overlooking this thing right here. And you don't really need a dinette in this model for extra sleeping. That's why we have the bunks. So we kind of purpose-built this to be as juxtaposed as possible to the Rockwood 2509S to give them each a very unique identity. And they both have very cool benefits and features to each of them. You know, they're the most same but different two things I think I could ever imagine sitting next to one another. So that all being said, let's focus on what makes this White Hawk here great and why we continue to bring it into our lineup here at Haylett RV. So you'll see more of this when we go outside, but White Hawk has recently revised their Murphy bed setup. It's still a full walk-around bed. It still gives you all those nice Murphy bed benefits. It gives us the super slide space without all the extra costs, like I mentioned outside briefly. But what they did here is it now includes a full front pass-through storage, and we'll see that when we go outdoors. But the way that they utilize this space below the sofa here is just brilliant. It begins with a pair of these big full extension plywood box drawers on those heavy-duty drawer glides. So it's easy access to a storage space that is otherwise very difficult to reach. Then if you look down here, you can see there's actually a picnic table in there. Now that's an optional piece of equipment we've added to this one, but this comes with its own built-in picnic table storage location. That is awesome. I mean, if you're going to spend some time by that outside kitchen under the awning, you're going to want a picnic table. This includes one, and it's a resin top table that's basically weatherproof. You can leave it out in the sun, the wind, the snow. It doesn't care. This thing's like a honey badger. It doesn't care. Now, little extra things Jayco does, they do this all over the place, but the little removable sofa armrest bolsters here, when you're sitting just on the sofa, it just gives you a little more natural, organic feel to a sofa area. It works very nicely. Now, something that Jayco has done recently, and I've been really impressed. A couple of you viewers are really learning how to really look at and dissect these things. Fella I was talking to yesterday, he goes, I like that Jayco has fully framed out the windows because it gives those screws for the pleated nightshade something to actually bite into instead of bead foam and Luan. And my answer to that was, absolutely. You nailed it, partner. Good job. You know, that's the kind of stuff you folks need to look for. Maybe you don't care about that. Maybe you do. That's why we carry more than one trailer. Now, you've got your little side stands here. You can see, like, perfect for nightstands when the bed's in the down position. You still have your, side-to-side, full-length hanging closets here. I want to point out something, too, because people are going to see the shelf and be like, well, you can't hang anything in there. It's removable, guys. You can pop that out, no problem. So they give you shelf storage or hanging storage, whatever you want. There are different decors available. Remember, this is an example of one decor. I think it's called Cocoa. There's also Desert, which is lighter, different things. Skylight up here with that vaulted ceiling, and notice we have double the lighting in here. They have 2 lighting runs. It just really makes this thing look and feel really big and open. And the overhead accent light above the slide out is just exaggerating that even further. During the day, it just looks nice. It makes the camper look bright and big. White light for a White Hawk. You see a lot of blue LED lights in the industry. Stuff's starting to look like a disco. But, this looks sharp. The other thing is it's a perfect little night light. It's a great indirect light for night use. We'll finish up the kitchen, then we'll come to everything else. If you look, a lot of, White Hawks, I've noticed from our customers, they've been accused of being a heavy ultralight. And they are. You're not wrong. But why, guys? That's what you want to ask yourself. We'll talk more about construction outside, but they have a heavier built roof. They have bigger, deeper cabinets up here. The cabinets are not recessed and sunken back. This is all lumber core cabinetry. It's all pocket screwed in place. They're using bigger door cabinet hardware. 8 cubic foot fridge freezer. We've got a huge pantry over here next to the bunk arrangement that we'll look at in just a minute. And again, removable shelf for additional hanging storage access. They've made everything double purpose here. Your sink, you've got the single sink cover and then that rollaway aluminum drying rack right below that Swan Lake high-rise sprayer faucet. And this is real tile backsplash. That is not the fake wallpaper. And they have made it so that it's like if your grandpa and grandma, you want to keep the grandkids away from this thing, they've kept the bells and buttons and whistles and switches up here away from their little hands. Now this right here, this is where this model was flipped upside down and on its head as compared to not that long ago at the time of this filming. It used to be just a dinette, and then the entertainment was fixed against the bathroom wall. Well, they extended the slide out up to the bathroom wall and put the entertainment center in that corner. And it's really cool because it gives everybody, especially the front seat here, well, the RV feels larger because it literally has more space inside since the slide's now extended, but with that angle-mounted TV, plus you see the TV swings out, it is very easy viewing in here, whether you're sitting in the dinette, the front sofa, whatever the case, little shoe garage down there. And again, there is an option for that L-shaped sofa over here. Oh, pardon me, that's actually standard, but we specifically wanted this one to be different. We're willing to dare to be different, and we thought that this would really stand out in perfect contrast against the similar models and the copycats and clones that you find out there. You will notice we don't have heat vents in the floor of a White Hawk. We are actually on an aluminum structured floor with plywood decking. That is something where White Hawk's a little different. It's a stronger floor, not a lighter weight floor. So the argument to be made here is, well, are the other floors and other campers that are not laminated, or that are laminated, are they not as good? And the answer is, well, they could be. You have to look into it a little further, and if you're curious, if you're comparing different brands, we carry a lot of different things here. We can give you ideas as to why you want different types of construction, and sometimes laminated, like J-Feathers are laminated flooring, but they're smaller, lighter weight models. They don't need the extra heft of a constructed floor. So we got, aluminum studs with a plywood floor deck down here. Now you see we've got the folding cargo bunk and that little barkeep swing door for the compartment below it. This can fold up. You can back a bike in there and your handlebars can kind of stick out here in the hallway around the bathroom door. It works. It works great. And notice, guys, again, plywood. higher grade materials in here. Jayco's right on thicker mattresses than almost any other brand. There are a few decent brands out there that do match that, but it's not common. And both upper and lower bunks have their own little corner stand over here. Power outlet and a little stand so that the kiddos can keep their little phone or whatever device charging up in that corner on a rainy day. Now, you can't exactly see easily. There's no window on that wall. They moved it back there. And the reason being, if they had a window over here, the outside kitchen door could block it. And then it's a stupid, pointless window that you're paying for and not enjoying. Now we don't have that problem. And both windows do open for ventilation. Bathroom here is beautiful. Now, at night, that single blue LED element, it doesn't look like much during the day. Like flipping off the lights, it doesn't do much. But at night, oh my gosh, it is incredible what it does. The white ceiling, the light wall panels, and the lightness of the shower make this whole thing glow. It reflects and magnifies that light indirectly. And the position of the shower, you notice how the shower is on the internal wall of the bathroom, not the external wall of the bathroom. That means that there's maximum headroom. There's like almost 7 foot of headroom here, plus the skylight. This is super, super tall person friendly. And I get really excited about that because I'm a tall guy. I hit my head on stuff all the time in these campers doing these tour, guys. When I see an opportunity to not hit my head on something, I get pumped. I'm all about that. And I love that they didn't just waste this corner. They still gave you some shelves. They could have made it a little less money, a little less weight, but they went all the way. This is not the corner cut model. Porcelain foot flush stool, by the way. Now, one thing I want to mention, and I'll talk about it probably more outside, is while we're talking about windows and things being blocked, you do now have the option. You can put a front nose cap on this White Hawk with a windshield. You will find we probably are not generally stocking it that way. We'll order you one if you want it. Not a problem. I don't care. But during the day, what good is that windshield? That's wasted money. And at night, when the bed is down, you're going to pull the shade on the window anyway. Most of the time, that front window and windshield's not going to do anything for you. But once again, for that difference in contrast, that's again where the Rockwood 2509S comes in. It has a standard front windshield. So if you really like the windshield, I got that here, Haylett RV too. And that's how different campers play against one another. They're all cool in different ways, guys. That's why I like carrying so many different campers, to really zero in on exactly the features you want in exactly the camper you want. Let's go outside and learn more about how she's put together. Now, the one thing I will readily admit, the nose cap upgrade with the windshield, cosmetically, holy cow. It is one of the best looking things I've ever seen. But again, not functional. We tried to be really smart with the investment on this one, because tell me, looking at this sitting right here, tell me that doesn't already look incredible. It absolutely already looks incredible. So, one of the first things I like to talk about on the outside of any Jayco is their warranty. These guys have twice the camper warranty out there. Now, there are some models out there with 3-year structural warranties. There are some models out there that still only have a 1-year camper warranty. And in terms of the actual RV warranty, there's only a 1-year or 2-year, and pretty much Jayco's about the only one still doing a 2-year. There's benefits to 3-year structural warranties, but that 2nd and 3rd year, your air conditioner, your microwave, you know, any of the expensive stuff, your awning, that's not covered. And the reason that they can offer structural warranties on those items is those are things that are not known for failure. So they can kind of put it on there knowing they're never going to have to do anything about it. If you take a look up front here, the redesigned front end of the White Hawks, what it allows them to do is just have this huge pass-through storage compartment with a Murphy bed. And big pass-through storage with a Murphy bed is something that previously we really only had in widely available from the Passport Ultralites by Keystone here at Haylett RV. So now we've got those in Jayco too, but that huge baggage door that covers that, it's got those nice slam latches on it. It's thick, laminated, insulated, just like the baggage compartment door on a big Jayco fifth wheel. They build everything basically the same way. Last I knew, I'll have to double check on this, I think they're actually putting Asdel behind the diamond plating on the front of these. Your accent hitching lights on this are a cool neon blue. I know the lights are white on the inside. They look, the blue with the skin package on the outside, holy crap guys, it looks incredible. So There's a lot of little reasons. They have twice the full warranty on this compared to pretty much everybody else. That's what I want to focus on out here. It starts with the chassis. You might notice how the A-frame is not just bolted on to the bottom of the chassis. Instead, we have a fully integrated A-frame, and the entire chassis is a different kind of chassis. Now, you will find this chassis is more in lightweight trailers. It's a Z-frame, Norco frame, high strength, low alloy. There we go. Brain fart. Anyway, you get the idea. It's lighter but stronger. So the whole thing rides on a totally different chassis, and your J-feathers are the same way. The construction between this and J-feather, other than the floor, is identical. You've got your Magnum Truss roof system on this that it rated for 4,800 pounds. It's rated for at least 50% more than anybody else. That's awesome. That's absolutely awesome. Little differences in construction here. Your slide walls on this are fully laminated. You can walk up here, you can just kind of bump it, you can give it the old, hey buddy, good job, fist bump right there, and you can see that it's fully laminated. Why does that matter? Why should you care about that? Well, if it's fully laminated, it's structural, it's insulated, it's solid, you can feel it, you know how it's constructed, you know what it's going to do for you. If an RV does not have laminated slide walls, that doesn't mean it's a bad camper. It means that it might be. And you're going to have to look a little bit further. Laminated slide walls are just that easy, simple reassurance. Good looking, nice shiny glare on the side of this too. That's a radio antenna. A lot of people are like, what is that old thing? Radio antenna. I like that your hookups and everything are all back here in the corner. You do have a full outside shower with hot and cold water, not just a cold water sprayer port. And if the camera work is not great right now, I'm trying not to slip and fall on ice and kill myself. There we go. I talked about the Magnum Truss roof. It's double vaulted, so you have the same insulation pack on the side of the roof as you have in the center of the roof. That's a cool little factor. You have all LED lighting outside, tail lights and marker lights. So not only are they brighter, not only do they last an incredible amount longer, but LED tail lights flash 12 milliseconds faster than traditional bulbs. Why does that matter? Why does the literal blink of an eye matter? Well, when you're going at highway speeds, think of how many things happen in the literal blink of an eye. Those LED taillights can give the guy behind you, or lady, whatever, you know what I mean. Anyway, they can give the person behind you up to 5 feet, maybe more, of additional stopping time if you do the math. So it's a safety thing, not to mention just reliability. Now, next to your outside kitchen, at that back corner right below the ladder, this does have an outside gas grill quick connect. So if you do want to add a grill to it or something, it's all set to do that. We have found a lot of folks have been not happy with those black RVQ grills that come often on the bumper of a lot of campers. So we've started offering different grill options in our service center to let you kind of pick the one that works best for you. And if you want the black grill in the bumper from the factory, we'll get that. No big deal. Their outside kitchen here, though, is awesome. This is something that Jayco has made super consistent through almost all their brands, even the J-Flight SLX, and they've nailed this. This low-profile outside kitchen, they're doing one of the best ones. This has got double gas struts on it, so it holds itself open or closed. You can see it's not joking around. So if you lean on this or bump it, it's not going to go whoof and fly in the camper. It will keep itself held open or shut depending on where you have those struts effectively. There are little LED accent lights inside that compartment that, again, are perfect for night use. And if you notice, guys, not only do you have Dad's medicine cabinet, how you doing, girl? You've got a real sink with a real drain. And that's a fantastic thing to have right there instead of, a dog dish that dribbles on the ground. Now, we have wide stance stability axles on, I think, all the White Hawks. And this is a pretty short floor plan to have those. What that means is that if you have a really short wheelbase vehicle, this thing's going to tow great. Because this will work, basically this is a way to cheat the wheelbase so that a trailer doesn't push and shove your tow vehicle around. Right above that, you can see we've got outside TV hookups, and Jayco actually includes the perfect mount for their system. This is a quick release mount you find on a lot of motorhomes. Reason being, those motorhomes buy that outside TV mount from Jayco. Non-Jayco brand coaches buy Jayco parts to put on their coaches sometimes. It's got all kinds of bolt patterns, put a big screen on there. It's really heavy duty rated. You can go nuts out here if you feel like it. The water heater, it is gas, electric, auto ignition, and fast recharge. So you can run gas and electric simultaneously to get nearly 18 gallons of hot water per hour. It's cool stuff. And look how long the patio awning is on this. It goes past the rear outside kitchen. They put the biggest awning on here they possibly could. So, like I said, I've mentioned a few other things, but every brand has its unique qualities, its awesome factors and features. This has some really good eye appeal. It's got a very different kind of layout. It's left to center, and I like that. I'm a guy who likes weird for the sake of being weird. My wife might like weird too. I haven't figured out what she sees in me otherwise. So, short of that, moving on, give us a call. 800-256-5196. Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.